Hello, John. If you could have wrote one piece of guitar music ever, what would it be? I would like to have written "The Burning of the Midnight Lamp" by Jimi Hendrix because it's beautiful and beautiful song and it wakes me up to the world. Like past artists or current artists. Or
well, awesome. Thanks for.
It's a tough question. Sorry. No.
Morgan?
Okay. Look at cool stuff, like a lot of McCarthy
Yeah, it doesn't have to be definitely.
You know what? I'd have to say, it's just this thing on the Iggy Pop and James Williamson album called Kill City.
Okay.
There's this piece that's on there twice. You might want to look on the album. There's two, like it happens twice in a row. It happens at the end of the first side and the beginning of the second side. It's called Night Theme, I think it's called.
Okay.
And they have like Night Theme 1, Night Theme Part 2, something like that.
Okay.
It's so much the exact kind of sound of my music, of like it's the same exact feeling as it does the same thing in my head that my music does. So
right.
It's something that, I'm not possessive like that about music. Like even what I've written, I don't feel like I wrote it. I'm like, but that's something that I feel like I could have written. I'm happy for James Williamson to have written as many things.
But you would be proud of the fact that you could have written that.
Yeah, I feel like I could have.
Okay, cool. Okay, the second question, it goes, Dear John, it's a two-part question. It goes, what do you see in the future of music? That just in general. It's just, open for whatever you think.
Did you want me to give you your privacy?
No, say it. It's not a problem.
Well, I'm real excited about it. I think this decade will be good. Like the basic color of it that it's already showing. I think is really good. I think I'm hoping there can be some music that can really do something completely fresh with the spirit of the original rock and roll. The way that in the '70s you had that glam people who like T-Rex and David Bowie, or the Ramones, or New York Dolls. People who did something really fresh with those same kind of structures and stuff somehow. And I think something just as fresh could be done like in the next few years, maybe with electronics and stuff.
Have you heard of a band called At the Drive-In?
No.
No?
Someone mentioned it to me.
They're like, they got this, how would you explain them? They're like a punk, a touch of metal. It's like a totally fresh new sound. And check them out. They're really good. Their new album, what is it called? That's right, you're actually, Relationship with Command. It's really, really good CD. It's brand new sound. It's really good. So that's what you see in the future of music.
Well, no, that's one of the things. I mean, I have a lot of ideas. I can't really speak for the whole race. I can say that there's certain things that I really think are good and that show promise that have been done in the last couple of years. But I have a real definite sort of idea of where my music's going and where the Chili Peppers music is going, and I know I'm going to do things that are new and fresh, and I know the Chili Peppers are too. As far as other people go, I can't really speak for them though, but there's some people that to me show a lot of promise.
All right, okay,
and just the feeling in the air right now, I like.
Yeah.
Like of all this is because I was alive in the '70s, the '80s, and the '90s, and now, and the feeling in the air is now comparable with the air that there was in the '70s. Because up until now, I always thought by far the '70s was the best feeling time. But there's something good in the air right now that I think it might prove to be as potent of a decade vibration-wise as the '70s was.
What did you think of the '90s?
Not much as far as the feeling in the air. I mean, I think a lot of great music was done in the 90s, but it was almost a reaction against the feeling in the air or something. I mean, I just don't, to me, I mean, I just don't, it's incomparable to the 70s to me as far as the feeling in the air.
Yeah,
the
that's
music
when
was
you were
just as
growing
good.
up.
To me, there's always an equal amount of great music at any given time, no matter what the vibrations in the air are.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay, question 3. This is from Monroe, a guy named Monroe. Okay, it goes, what do you think of the internet as a way to share, distribute, and listen to music, art, and poetry?
It's wonderful. Yeah. I'm especially happy, like, that, you know, like last night I was playing these songs that I've been playing in these last few shows that I've been playing in Europe, but other than that, people shouldn't know them, and all these people are like, knew these songs that aren't on my records, you know, and it makes, I love that, because I just think music is for people, you know, and I don't believe when a songwriter writes a song, I don't believe it's just for them, you know, and what they can get out of that song, you know. It's like, to me, if somebody writes a song, it's there to put that feeling in other people. That's why the spirits give them that song. And the second, like, a person thinks that they're the one responsible for it, and they're looking at the song as if it's something that's supposed to get them something out of life, and it's theirs, their music starts to suck. I've just seen it happen over and over again in history. It's like when people really start to, like, be possessive about it, it's not theirs anymore. Kind of like you know, the same thing would happen with a girl, you know. If you had a girlfriend and, like, you just get really possessive over her and jealous all the time, she's more likely to go out and fuck around on you and stuff, or just not feel like she wants to be yours if you're possessive with her, you know. Music will do the same thing to you, you know.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. The question 4. Okay, this is John. What would you consider to be your greatest piece of work? Out of everything, not including, you know, Neandra and Californication.
Not including?
No, all including everything you've done with the Chili Peppers or solo. Nothing like Bike Thief, you know, that you appeared on.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Just off the top, like, you know, I understand that it can change next week, but, like, being, you know, February 14th, if you had to pick it right now, what would it be?
Got it. I don't know. The last couple of things that I was recording with Josh I really love, but they haven't. One of them's not even finished, and the other one needs to be mixed. So it's, but I was prouder of them than anything I'd ever done. But, you know, but it's more like the way I'm imagining my next music being when me and Josh have enough for, like when we've recorded a whole record's worth of stuff. I have such a clear idea of what it's going to sound like because most of the songs are already written.
Right.
That I'm very proud of that. I mean, I love my new album a lot. You know, I have to say, like as far as being proud of something, I don't know. I really can't put it though, like, because I know I felt the same way about Californication when it was done. You know, both of them felt really triumphant to me, just to be able to do music now. When, like, 4 years ago, I thought my musical life was over. I didn't think I was ever going to do great music again. You know, and the fact that I have now, I'm really proud of it for that reason. You know, and you know, I know I've done the best I can do, both with my album and Californication.
Okay, good. So, there's like so many questions. I know you're pressed for time, so I'm just gonna pick a few that a lot of, you know, the question is big, kind of like on the internet right now. So, what people really, really, really want to know, what's the next Chili Pepper album going to sound like? Like, just, you know, you don't have to compare it, but just kind of like where you're drawing it. I know Californication was off, New Wave and punk rock kind of thing with your.
Yeah, well, this will be too, but it'll be in a different way. I mean, for one thing, Flea is playing a lot more lately than he was when we were making Californication.
Right.
He's really enthusiastic about putting every bit of energy he has into this record.
And you guys are a lot more happy. Like,
yeah, and like,
too, right?
and for me, it's going to be less of a struggle because Californication, it was like, I was just struggling to get my technique back the whole time. By the time we recorded it, I was just barely good enough to be able to record a record. It's like, now I've been practicing so much the last year and a half, and I've really formulated a new place for my style to go, where my limitations, I'm setting them for myself. They're not being made for me, which when we were making Californications, my limitations were being made for me by my lack of ability.
Mm-hmm.
And now I set just as many limitations on myself. Like, I'm not going to go off like, Mr. like Eddie Van Halen all of a sudden.
Right, okay.
But I'm going to set these limitations for myself, so I have more freedom as far as what kind of colors and sounds I want to use.
Right.
I noticed at the last rehearsal that we were playing, Flea was playing with a pick a lot.
Right, yeah, I heard. Yeah.
And I was playing in a very textural kind of a way. I don't think I'm going to follow any kind of guitar heroes at all
Good, that's
for
good,
this
though.
album. You know,
Cool.
I'm learning more from electronic music or from guitar players like Matthew Ashman from Bow Wow and Bernard Sumner, and also this guy John McKay who was in Susie and the Banshees, and Johnny Marr from the Smiths. I'm a lot better with chords now, and I'm able to hear music on a lot more different levels at once, so I can play this kind of washy textural kind of sound, or like Keith Levine, you know. I can play this kind of washy, like textural sound way that creates space, even though you can't even tell what's going on. Not that I'll be doing it with effects or anything. I'll never have more than like one effect, or mostly I'll have no effects. But it just seems like lately I've been getting a lot more kinds of sounds and playing the guitar. I can only really speak for myself, because
Right.
it's like everybody else has their own ideas. It's like I know I'll be playing the guitar, and I'm approaching it. The way I approach the guitar now is not like anybody else has ever approached the guitar, because I'm not learning from guitar players. I'm learning from like synthesizer players and sequencers and programmers and stuff, and I apply these ideas of rhythm and these ideas of melody to the guitar. So I've been having fun doing that, to where what results, it doesn't remind you of that kind of music. It's because it's a guitar, but
Right.
but it's fun for me, because I'm really seeing my playing going somewhere else. And I know some of the kinds of musics that we all like we all like this Ethiopian music.
Yeah,
and
tribal music and stuff like that.
the Ethiopian music's different though. Like they're
Is it?
trying to do this sort of weird version of American music in the early 70s, and it's really twisted. They do all kinds of different styles.
Like using
It's nothing
what?
like Nigerian music or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've never heard it before, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, it's good. There's these things called Ethiopics. It's these compilations of the music that came out in Ethiopia in the early 70s. And I know everybody in the band likes that, and I think everybody likes like a lot of the Jamaican music from the 70s, and I think I was hearing traces of these things in our rehearsal last time.
Okay, is it like, okay, he's kind of telling us we should get going kind of thing. So I'm just going to ask you, what would you, is it more funk, is it more kind of like Californication mellow, or is it just kind of like in between? Or
can't
is it,
say
you
that.
can't really compare it.
I can't say that. I have a funny feeling that it's going to have some stuff on it that's heavier and harder than anything.
Kind of like around the world kind of thing?
No, it's
Nothing
not.
like that?
I don't know. We haven't written the songs yet. I don't
No,
formulate these things in advance. It's like we just play whatever comes to us. My whole idea for what I think it's going to sound like could change a month from now or tomorrow. It's just like we don't plan out that kind of thing.
Right.
It's just whatever happens. And it's like I can only tell you what I heard. I'm telling you. Everything I'm telling you is based on what I heard the other day when we played for a few days. But before that, I couldn't have told you a thing, because I don't plan for.
Right.
We
So
just
it
go
could
into the
change,
studio and
or-
we play whatever we feel like playing. We just try to make up whatever's good. We don't
That's
say
good.
like we're going to make a hard
Good.
album or a soft album or a funk album. We just want to make as good music as we're capable
That's
of
good,
making.
though.
That's all.
That's good. So you don't have like a formula, or we're going to try and do this, we're going to
Never.
okay, good. That's good. But you've done that in the past always, so right?
Yeah, we've never. Right when I joined the band, Flea and Anthony, they said to me, we're open-minded. We don't just want to do music that sounds like what we've done in the past. We're open to anything, and we'll do. We want to change, and we want to. We're open to any new ideas, any directions. We're not. We don't want to stay the same.
Okay, cool.
And that's how we're. I know it's going to be nothing like Californication. I can tell you that for sure. It's not going to be anything like anything we've ever done or anything anybody else has ever done. It's going to be new sounding, and it'll have the energy of Californication. It'll have that same energy times times whatever. Like it'll be that energy multiplied, and the chemistry will be the same, but the overall sound will not. But the sound will be completely different, and the styles will be different, and it'll be new.
Okay, cool. Good. Right on. So do you think it's going to be a tighter album? Like Californication was a tight album, I think.
Oh, we're so much tighter now. We've been on tour for a year and a half.
Tour,
we're
yeah.
like.
You guys must be tired.
No, I'm not tired at all. And they've just been sitting around the last 3 weeks. But we're much better as a unit now. We're so much tighter.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys. Right. Okay.
Get an airplane.
Could you address one to Ben, if you could?
Who?
To Ben?
B-E-N?
Yeah, B-E-N. Okay, cool. And
did you want the cover song? Cause
yeah, you can do covers too.
You'd rather I do
covers are cool. Yeah. Whatever you want to throw about it.
I like the space so much, I feel bad.
Okay, do you want Q address that one to Dario, if you could? Q address that one to Dario right here. D-A-R-I-O. Okay, and could you address that to me if you could? Thank you. C-H-R-R-I-S, right, yeah. Okay, great, thank you. I really appreciate that, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for everything you're doing.
If you need anything done with, I know you said that, you have drums that you can work it out maybe eventually.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, just talk to Eric.
I know.
We'll get that set up, we can work with anything pretty much. If you
I'm
really
going to
want
call that girl right when I get home. So
Oh, yeah, no problem. There's no rush, really. One last thing. Do you mind if we get a few pictures with you before you go?
No. And you know what? I mean, yeah, no.